everybody. Welcome to Rebel Base Podcast.
Pew, 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 Rebel Base. I'm Sarah the Rebel.
And I'm OhCatrina.
And this is the podcast where we talk about gaming, comics, anything else geeky, from the perspective of feminist cat ladies, which we know you love.
Yay, cats.
Excited about. Hello, Arbre.
Hello.
So generally the way the podcast is structured is we have news, and that's where we talk about anything geeky going on in the news, stuff we want to talk about, and then we have a main topic section where we pick something interesting and we talk about it. We think it's interesting. And then lastly we have a wrap-up and chick picks, and we'll tell you about chick picks when we get to them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smack this banner.
All right.
Smack it.
I think it's about time that banner goes away, don't you?
Bye, banner. Bye, bitch. Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Woo! All right, so I guess let's go ahead and kick it off with some news.
Yes. So first we had the new Batgirl, and we wanted to talk about Future's End a little bit, I think.
Yes, so Future's End is a new series that takes place 5 years ahead of the current New 52 storyline, and it's also a different universe. And I picked up Batgirl, which is the first installment of Batgirl for the Future's End series. And it's kind of crazy, and there's a new Batgirl in it. Her name is Jessica Fox? I don't think it's Jessica Fox. Crap, now I forgot. But
Jessica Rabbit?
No. She's
Jessica Beaver.
Jennifer. Tiffany. It's Tiffany.
Oh my god.
Tiffany Fox. She is the granddaughter of Lucius Fox, who's Batman's buddy.
I didn't think you were talking about Tiffany because Jennifer and Jessica is like so far away from Tiffany. You were like, it's a white girl name. Cassie?
But she is a person of color. She's a little black girl, and she's adorable. She's got little puffs, and she has been declared by Barbara, aka Queen Bitch Batgirl, that she has a mountain of potential, and she's very intelligent, and she's a useful asset to the team. So with New 52, or rather with Future's End, this takes place in a completely different world, and in this particular world, Barbara is set to be married to this ginger guy, and
ginger guy, he's not important, he's a redhead.
He's like a police officer or whatever, and he's like kind-hearted, and so suddenly like her crazy ass brother shows up, and he like tells the dude to jump off a roof or he'll shoot her. So the dude jumps off the fucking roof. He just jumps. Barbara's like, hold on, let me handle him. He just jumps.
He's like, no!
You're marrying Batgirl. Like, she can take care.
This whole comic for people?
Anyway, so it starts off that way, and because of that, she trains with Bane. And then the League of Batgirls comes around, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens. That's the intro to it, so it's like the first few pages that happen. So, light spoilers, but it's a really interesting comic. And I'm really excited for Future's End. And also, there are just so many people of color. And I'm like, why do they need to be in a separate universe? Like, why does this hot new, like, Black Robin guy, he looks
There's
like...
a Black Robin?
He looks like a football player.
Oh my.
He's cute. But, yeah, why does he have to be, like, in a different universe? Why can't we just, like, throw him in?
Right.
But, yeah, so that's the new Batgirl, and leading into that, there are like 1 billion shows. DC is putting 1 billion shows on.
Literally, we count it. It's 1 billion.
It's 1 billion. I sat down this afternoon.
1 billion.
So Supergirl is officially going to CBS.
It's fine. It's just an app.
Whatever. I don't really care.
My eyes are pretty today.
We look cute. Hi, do we look cute? Do you guys think we look cute? Let us know in the comments.
Don't let me know.
So they're developing a bunch of shows. Right now, the confirmed shows that we have, hold on, it's Gotham, it's Supergirl, Titans, which is going to be about the Teen Titans, and it's going to have Robin as Nightwing. They've already confirmed Raven and Starfire.
All right, I'm in.
So that sounds pretty cool. The Flash is happening. Arrow Season 2 is happening. There's Constantine is coming on TV.
Although not as a bisexual character.
Yeah, that's pretty upsetting. They also took away his cigarettes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not as much. Like, I'm not into smoking, so, but it's still like, that's his
I can
thing.
actually get cigarettes more than I can get taking away his bisexuality.
Yeah, that's kind of much weirder. And it just doesn't.
Like, cigarettes is like, oh, well, we don't want the kids smoking. Bisexuality is, we don't want the kids bisexualizing.
Their target audience is the supernatural crowd, and it's like, why would you take
that shit? Fangirls love gay shit.
Seriously, here's a dude who's running around looking like that dude Cass in Supernatural, and he's supposed to be bisexual canonically. So basically DC is trying to take over TV in a desperate attempt to catch up with Marvel. They've already
They're like, you've got the movies, we'll take over your television. But well, so wait, so is Dark Horse gonna take over like podcasts? Yeah. They're like, we'll take over YouTube. And then Image will take over Twitch.
Yes. I actually,
everyone will get a piece.
I'm fully supportive of that. I want more Image and Dark Horse. There are titles coming up for that.
Dark Horse.
Yes. And Valiant Comics has Powers coming as well. But that's off track a little bit. Sorry about that. But with one more thing with DC movies, they announced, or not announced, but they're looking for a director for Suicide Squad.
I'll direct it. So let me tell you why I'm really nervous about Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Oh. Because I do not believe that Hollywood can get her right, and you know who her is. You know who her is?
It's either Amanda Waller or Harley Quinn.
Amanda Waller. Yeah. They can get Harley Quinn right.
They can
I'm not
cast anyway as Harley Quinn. Honestly.
But Amanda Waller, they are not going to put an overweight, middle-aged black woman in this role. They're not going to do it.
Despite the massive pull
that they
middle-aged black women in Hollywood.
They won't do that.
If there's any piece of the demographic that needs to be represented that is there, it's you know what, soulful black women,
right?
Apparently.
And she's like strong and it's a star. You gotta smack it when I miss.
Sorry, for those listening in on our first audio.
Oh yeah,
podcast,
we should say that we're doing an audio.
We're finally doing audio, so we're recording that. But for those listening in, we're also broadcasting visually, which means that there are weird things floating around on screen. But I guess the last DC thing to talk about is Chi Batman, who is this guy who dressed up as Batman in Chiba, Japan. And he appeared a couple weeks ago just rolling around on the Batmobile like the Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, Japan.
And so, because of his popularity, the police have declared him the official Batman of Chiba, which means he can run around. He has like official neighborhood watch rights, basically. He can like go bust crimes and call the police and be like, "Can you pick this guy up?" Like Chiba is reinforcing this.
Oh, I love Chiba.
This is not canon.
Japan, you the shit.
What would happen if Batman was in Japan? Well, the Japanese are like, well, yes, I want Batman to defend me. I'm not going to send my police force to take him down. I'm not stupid. He's Batman.
Do they have their own Commissioner Gordon-chan?
Gordon-chan!
Senpai Gordon! Senpai Gordon, we need the bat signal! Like, why are you so adorable, Chiba? Why?
So we don't talk a lot about tabletop on this show.
Oh, yeah.
But we're both tabletop gamers, and we like it very much. And there's a game based off of the up and down popular show Parks and Recreation.
I was like, the up and down?
Oh,
what are you talking about?
It's
sex?
like
I got confused.
Every once in a while it gets popular, and
every once in a while we talk about sex.
So they made up this game, and Mayfair has actually picked it up. It's called Cones of Dunshire, and in the game, in the show, it was completely nonsensical. But in I guess Mayfair developed actual like concrete rules to it. And they debuted a giant version of it at Gen Con this year.
I'm so sad I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Like, I kept hearing about it, but I was like, why do I care about the cones of... I don't know what that is.
So I just wanted to share that with, like, our tabletop-loving audience, because I know we have a couple people from Geek and Sundry who watch, and I know y'all love that. So, Cones of Dunshire is
talking about it at Gen Con. I was just like, what is this, some game that you noobs... and you nerds have been looking forward to for like 30 years. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then after she showed me the little clip, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Why don't I watch this show? Oh, also, damn. So it was a lot. It was a lot that went through my mind at that moment. Did we talk about We talked about Teen Titans?
Yeah.
We should talk about Young Justice.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Sarah is trying to snap the visuals that are on the screen out of the air. Because there are all these little weird stars
go away?
coming up. I don't know. Oh, it's weird.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we watched Young Justice, right? And I was like, there's a lot of them, and I don't know. I think something's gone horribly wrong.
I'm gonna check the app. Hold on. We're not even connected to the PS4, by the way. This is just weird. Okay. So, let me just do this over again. It's still there. Look at these things.
Wait.
I'm gonna cut this out of the audio.
Wait, I think this person is doing it.
Who?
Gamer on Spin.
Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna ignore it from now on.
I think he's doing it.
Thanks, dude.
Can we block him?
I don't know.
Stop doing it or we will block you. Stop it.
Okay.
Listen. Shh. Let me handle this. This is a dad situation.
Oh, he got quiet too. He's listening.
So, don't do that. It's making these little noises that are going to show up later on, and they're going to annoy the shit out of people. If it was silent, I would let you do it all you want. Thank you very much. So, guys, what were we talking about? Young Justice. So, we watched Young Justice Season 1, and I loved it. I was like, this is amazing. How did this even get made? This is so cool. And then we decided to watch Season 2. Mm-hmm. I think we gave up after 2 episodes.
It was horrible. It's like they put all the effort into making McGann as not annoying as possible, and then just dropped everything else.
They were like,
it's like, we did our best. That's like Assassin's Creed 3. Hey, we've been in touch with the Mohawk tribe this whole time. Everything else about the game, though, sucks. But it's historically accurate.
So
mostly.
I think my biggest problem with Season 2 is that it took all of the characters that we knew and we loved away from us for a bit, and I understand that they'll be reintroduced and there are reasons and blah 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 for my friends who watched the whole thing, but it made the initial few episodes so boring, uninteresting.
Oh crap, I missed my pizza. Sorry guys, I'll BRB. I got food. Look
at my face, everybody.
I'm sorry, I
Emoticon guys! Family emoticons again!
Hello! Hi.
Gox Fox, if you think we're MILFs, then you are really young. And I need you to go away. This is not for you.
Now. Sorry for making you wait.
Hey Blair, I'm just going to say hi to everybody. Katrina's really unprofessional and decided she was going to order a pizza and eat it during our podcast. Yeah, let this guy, you know what, guy, start spamming again, because until she gets back, I have something to do. Why? Why do I have this? Why do I have this in my life? Anyway, I think the problem with Young Justice was just that building characters we really like and then getting them going and then taking them away from us was not really cool. And then introducing a bunch of lamos that I have to fall in love with again. I don't really want that. I don't. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Katrina's not here. Katrina is killing me as well. Do you remember that one time she was late? What else did she do? She was late. She ordered her pizza.
Okay, it's pasta, by the way.
Whatever. What did you do wrong that other time?
What?
I think she was drinking one time. Girl, you shaking the camera right now. Shit.
Okay, well, we're still recording now, so that's okay. I'm gonna edit that in post.
We do like Star Wars. We always talk about Star Wars. We always do.
Should I talk about Star Wars right now? Did I forget to include that?
They can't hear you because you're in the kitchen eating the goddamn pasta.
Okay, hold on a second.
Eating pasta. Side, how can you are speaking in kanji?
Look,
and I don't understand that.
I'm malnourished.
Oh yeah, she was sick one time, and we had to film it from somewhere else. You're right.
Who's picking on me?
Katrina literally is the worst.
Hi, I'm back. Thanks for talking about me behind my back, all of you.
We weren't talking about you behind your back. I was being very loud.
There are 30 people tuned in right now, and I'm eating.
30 people finally showed up, and here this bitch is just not here. What is that? Looks delicious. What is that? Yeah, girl. Yeah. No, I'm fine. Ugh, she dropped the noodle on me.
I have breadsticks. I don't care.
Yes, we have potty mouths. by the way. So we see a lot of new people here, so we're just going to re-explain in case you showed up late. Basically, Rebel-Based Podcast, we talk about gaming and comics and anything else geeky we want to talk about. We're feminist cat ladies. There's a cat trying to eat her food right now. It serves her right. This is Katrina. I'm Sarah the Rebel. We're going to talk about stuff in just a second. All right, so we covered Young Justice, what we thought about it. And, oh, by the way, it was really funny when everyone was like, oh, Young Justice got canceled because it was because of sexist reasons. Mm-hmm. But when Katrina and I watched it, we were like, it may have been canceled because it wasn't great.
It really sucked. Like, season 2 really sucked. And season 1 was like, we finished that season, like,
we were like
in tears.
It was
we were messing.
Oh, it was so good because
horrible.
I hated a bunch of them at first. Like, I liked some of them, but I hated some of them. And then by the end, I loved some of them. Like, oh my god, Superboy. Superboy was the lamest shit to me. I talked smack on Superboy
hardcore
the entire time until near the end, where I was just like, I'm all on board with Superboy right now. All on board.
I was all about him by the end. The beginning, hello Georgia.
And hello, huge boobs, Mr. Johnson huge boobs. Hello.
Whatever. Sorry if you're jealous. Or sorry if we match.
Oh, we did it!
What? Oh, I was talking about his boobs and mine.
I mean pink! No, my boobs are nowhere near your boobs. I'm just talking about the...
I guess let's wrap up this talking about Star Wars, because we always talk about Star Wars, and I'm going to talk about Star Wars until the damn movies come out. There wasn't a lot of news this week, but I kind of wanted to put my thoughts in about the amount of ladies in this version. I mean, I'm kind of starting to really support this. Like, not only is J.J. Abrams going back and forth with Zack Snyder and making Star Wars and Batman crossover pictures.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check out her website that she works for, moviepilot.com. Mm-hmm. I think she's been reporting on it. But they've been having a little tit-for-tat back and forth with Batman and Star Wars.
So they've been mainly photoshopping pictures of, Star Wars characters and Batman, or Zack Snyder put up a photo of a stormtrooper getting arrested for stealing the Batmobile. So J.J. Abrams made a video that showed off the Millennium Falcon in detail up close, and you went under the Falcon, and where the cannons were underneath is a small Batmobile.
Yep.
So the Batmobile is going to more than likely be in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you should look for the Easter egg, because you'll probably find it if he put it there. But yeah, it was really cool. And so now, onto the ladies. There are... How many ladies are in Star Wars right now? There's Crystal Clark, who her role has not been confirmed. Lupita is in it. Mm-hmm. Brienne of Tarth is in it. Daisy Ridley is the only person who has been confirmed for all 3 movies, so she's pretty much our main character. Carrie Fisher is coming back as Leia, and I'm so sure that I'm missing 2 others, because one other girl went into my theory as Lando's daughter. So we have like 6 ladies on the cast of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. 6 ladies that come in different colors, too.
Yep.
And
it's pretty exciting.
It's really exciting. So I'm actually really stoked for the amount of diversity we're going to kind of see in this, because if you look at the cast page, there's a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
And that's really refreshing, because you don't see that in sci-fi.
And it's really ridiculous that you don't see it in sci-fi, because if we're talking about being in the future, way more of us are going to be brown than are currently even brown. Mm-hmm. So, and Mass Effect really nailed that. They were like, hey, most people are probably going to be a shade of brown in the future, because that's where we're already heading. Yeah. So when I see movies that take place in the future, and it's all these white people, and it's like one black person in space, and I'm just like, what? Why? How does blonde person survive all these generations? You should have died out already. Anyway, so
and I like that, because I was reading the expanded universe of Star Wars, and now there's no Earth in
it's a
galaxy far away, a long time ago, but it really kind of depicts humans in like a very how we would, were we to be like this massive race of people that scattered across the galaxy, how we would change, because there's so many like humanoid aliens that were like bred through lines where it's like, this person looks humanoid but they have gills or something like that. And back in the day it was just the excuse for like, this is like, we don't have special
sexy
effects.
Fish girl stuff.
Yeah. So that was an excuse, but it's also, the way it's written in the expanded universe is that like humans went out and crossed over and became these new creatures. And I'm totally about that. So I want to see that in Star Wars, and I want to see that in my favorite sci-fi shows.
Right. One thing that Star Trek did really, really well. So shout out to Star Trek
for being the first show to show an interracial kiss and to hint at a very, very gay relationship. The best kind.
And can one of our mods throw that ban hammer down on Mr. John Trollston? He is trolling very accurately, and we would like to ban hammer him. And anyone else that says anything that has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Because that's cray. Alright, guys, so that was our Star Wars chat. We talked about Teen Titans, Cones of Dunshire, Chiba Batman. I think we're ready to move on to our main topic now. Let's do it. Diving in. So we mentioned a lot of animation, so we're going to talk even more about animation because our main topic this time is the Avatar, The Last Airbender versus Legend of Korra. Now, a little backstory for those of you who do not know me. What, guys? Seriously. Canada and Kansas? You guys are the worst. Thank you for throwing that band hammer down, system. Shout out to our mods.
Woohoo!
You guys are really awesome. So, a little background for those of you who are new to who we are, because this is a very important part of who we are. Don't you start with the emoticons again, goddammit. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. When I started watching Legend of Korra, I hated it. Hated it with all my heart. I wanted to set it on fire. I wanted to beat the animators until they couldn't ever animate again. I was just so angry, alright? I was like, how could you present this brown-skinned, awesome female character and then make her such an idiot that I can't even watch her? And then make everyone else around her so boring that I don't care about them enough to get over her flaws. And I was just like, why did you do this? Like, I want to love this show. Why would you do this to me? It was also set in, like, early industrial period time, which is, like, my least favorite time historically. They didn't go traveling around the world. I had a lot of problems with it. So it has taken until now for how I felt about it to change, and we're going to talk about that. Catrina, did you want to add anything about your Avatar or Korra journey? Because you didn't hate Korra as much as I did, I imagine, but I'm not sure.
Oh, no. Korra was, like, the one character that I just, like, out of everyone, I could not stomach. The first season, that romance with Mako.
Oh my god.
That was so forced.
So first of all,
it was insulting.
That was insulting to Mako, the voice actor who died, to name that boring-ass Edward Cullen-esque motherfucker Mako. How dare you do that?
He was such a dick. And that girl Asami, from the start, she needed a lot more screen time. And
Asami was pretty dope. You're right.
Asami was pretty dope. Like, she was a pilot, man.
Yeah.
Pilots are automatically, like, A+ in my book. So,
yes.
You know. But yeah, like, everyone's so boring. And, like, even Bolin, who, like, was a heartwarming character.
But he
just fell to the wayside. He was Sokka again.
Redone, yeah. So, all in all, Legend of Korra had a lot of issues to me. I get also that people who do like the industrial period had a lot of things that they did like about Legend of Korra, and that had to do with, them alluding with the whole bender, pro-bending was like an allusion to, like, baseball and to sports bringing people in the world together, the world moving forward and using everything that Aang and the original Team Avatar learned to create this better world that had electricity and metal bending police. I get that there were definitely redeeming qualities for most people, but for me, it was just not enough of what made me fall in love with Avatar. And it's kind of a hard thing as an animator. When you make another series, it's, I'm going to make this world, but I don't want to just repeat everything that I did, so I need to be different. But it's almost like they tried to be different so hard that they screwed over fans like Catrina and myself, who we didn't get anything of what we loved from the show. So we won't say spoilers. We won't spoil the show for anyone who hasn't watched it. But at the end of halfway, watching season 4, right?
Season 3 is the one that just wrapped up.
Okay, so halfway through season 2, or part of the way through season 2, Korra becomes incapacitated, and we are taken into the world of the first Avatar, Wan. The art, when they switched over to this other world, is otherworldly. It's freaking amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's the reason to watch the first seasons, is just to see this. It's like they took it away into a Japanese painting. Or like a scroll. It's gorgeous. It explains where the turtle lions came from. It explains where magic came from. It explains the whole spirit world thing. It's just way more interesting and exciting, and since half of the season pretty much was that season thus became a little more redeemable. What I was very worried about coming into season 3 is that Korra keeps learning a lesson, and then when we see her again, she has not actually learned a lesson.
Nope.
Like what she did to Mako with the harassment, the domestic violence that she basically...
Yeah, seriously, that was screwed up.
Right, like she basically committed domestic violence, and it was like, wow, you were supposed to have learned to control your temper, but look at you being the same lame loser that you were before. So I was nervous coming into season 3 because I was like, well, they said again that she has learned from this and she's better, but we've seen them lie before and have her not actually be any better. But they surprised me. They really came through, and I think the idea of having them go out and look for other airbenders was really great because it meant we got to travel around again.
And we also got to see more of that little girl. Gosh, what's her name now?
His daughter.
Yeah.
Whoa, Kaya. Why'd you have to say that you didn't know her name?
I forgot her name.
Oh no. How could you do this to me? This is embarrassing. If you hadn't said, oh, what's her name?
I forgot her name completely, but she like really came into her own. Janora, there we go. She got her tattoos, which was really huge. I like the whole series just came together. The other characters became so much more interesting, except for Mako.
Mako is still really boring.
He's still really boring, and they keep him off screen a lot.
Like, they were like, okay, you're right, he's boring. We're just gonna put him in a closet. He's fire.
So yeah, I mean, I've always liked the Avatar world just because it was so diverse. Like there's something for everyone there, you know. Like pretty much almost no one is white in the first place. So that's an interesting world to look at, where there's so much like everyone that, you know, you're kind of given a taste of like different cultures in like this fantasy world. So yeah.
So some people are asking us about anime, and I would love to talk a little bit more about other anime then.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and please do, systems, feel free to use that banhammer
liberally.
Willy-nilly.
Go crazy.
It looks like, for some reason, we've got a bunch of people. I'm not sure if somebody tweeted about this or what.
Thanks for sharing it, though. That's awfully nice of you.
Yeah, whoever you were that got us all these random-ass trolls. So my first recommendation for you, I recommended it before as one of my chick picks, is Bodacious Space Pirates. If you have not seen this anime... oh my god, you need to see this anime. It's not, it sounds horrible, right? And in Japan it was called, like, miniskirt pirates. So it sounds even worse in Japan. You're like, oh, this is gonna be, like, tentacles and titties out, and like, tee-hee, I'm a pirate, look at my boobs. It's not any of those things. And it's amazing. It's girls in hoodies. It's a mom and daughter going to a shooting range to bond and to learn. It's a girl empowering other girls and having best friends and going to space and real science. It won a science award. It won an award for
science. An anime won a science award?
Yes.
Wow.
Look at the tears. Look at the tears coming down my face.
She's like,
the series,
I'm like
crying. 12. I'm not crying. She's lying to you. See, you can't trust Catrina.
Crying.
Oh my god.
Tears down her face.
Can't trust Catrina. Don't trust Catrina. Never trust Catrina. We haven't been singing nearly enough this week.
No, not at all.
We're gonna work on that.
We're chilling.
Yeah, so please go see that, and if you like science, if you like spaceships, and then also Sword Art Online. I've been watching the newer Sword Art Online. I'm not really happy with the female character with their sniper rifle, who is a total tsundere for some reason. I'm hoping that resolves itself, though. I won't say spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched it. I have a slight hope that she's going to get over this psychological hump and turn out to be very interesting. But I have a problem when you introduce a female character in a show, anime, movie, and she's supposed to be a badass warrior, but she's completely unable to do anything without the hero's help, and the hero has to save her, and the hero's the one who actually does anything interesting. I don't like that. It's a special pet peeve of mine.
You know, and that's slightly related to my problem with Sailor Moon Crystal, is that, like, the Sailor Moon that I knew first, and this may just be because this is the Sailor Moon from the manga, and I haven't really read that much of it, but the Sailor Moon that I knew first was the anime Sailor Moon, and she was, like, funnier and more, like, she was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, she was weird, she made weird faces, like, her reactions to things were so genuine, but so off-kilter, that, like, she really stood out as a heroine because she was, like, a weirdo, but she was also sweet to every person who she met. And now she's just kind of brain dead, and Luna and Tuxedo Mask have to just drag her along and shake her and go like, hey, you should be a hero now. And her reactions to things are so... She stares off into the distance so much, and I'm just, like, kind of over it. I guess that's just, like, shoujo style. I just don't know.
I had a really big problem trying to watch Crystal. I watched it with my friend. He was like, come on, we have to watch Crystal. We have to see, like, what it's all about. And at the end of it, at the end of the first episode, I was just like, this is so girly. Like, this is excessively girly. Like,
it's quite girly.
I don't think I can get with this. It's almost not even anime at this point. It's just like watching Clueless or something. Like the whole point was a jewelry store demon who was like, oh my god, I want to buy jewels. They're on sale. I was just like, I don't like any part of this. The only part of that episode that I enjoyed was when her mom kicked her out of the house. Because that's hilarious. You know what is bad parenting? You're really bad at school. Sit outside and run the streets. Why would you lock your daughter out of the house for being bad at school? That's the dumbest shit ever. She's going to go to the arcade and play video games.
I agree. So, I don't know. Like, and the last episode was really good. I haven't watched the one that came out today, but the Jupiter episode kind of redeemed all of it. The animation was great. The way she expressed herself was great. Again, she's very girly, so... It's really girly, but it's like, I enjoy the message of it, but at the same time, there are just too many things that irk the crap out of me, because I was raised on the old school anime and not this weird, girly, fluffy thing. Like, it was girly and fluffy back then, but they were also like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, like and the Outers came in and they were just like, I will bitch slap you, and they started, like, doing all these sexual innuendos and cursing at people.
That sounds wonderful indeed.
It's great.
Yeah, I had a hard time, honestly, getting into Sailor Moon when I was younger as well. I know I'm very different from you in that respect. I do tend to prefer anime that has a lot of fighting in it. So, like, I don't even like sports anime. Like, I'm watching a volleyball anime right now called, like, Haikyuu or something like that. And I'm only watching it because of the interaction between two of the characters that are basically Goku and Vegeta. And it's adorable because of that. Like, if Goku and Vegeta were in high school and played volleyball together, imagine that. And I was forced to watch this, basically, like, tied up in my own home to watch this anime. So I really prefer anime with fighting or a sci-fi element or a fantasy element. I have seen Ghost in the Shell. I saw that question in the comments.
That's being turned into a live-action movie.
Which is pretty interesting. My biggest problem with anime getting turned into live-action movies is it tends to be that all the characters are replaced with white people. And that's not always a bad thing, because plenty of times in anime, the people being represented aren't even supposed to be Japanese. Like, for example, in Attack on Titan, they talk about Mikasa being one of the only Japanese people left in the world. So they've made it very clear that these are not Japanese people, these are Europeans. Where I get mad is when it is very honestly Japanese people, and we're like, nope, we're just going to cast them white people. Just white people. Just like, that new show that's out with the... There's some show out now, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, where the original people that it's based on were, like, 2 black guys, and now it's, like, a team of white people and an Asian lady, and it's like, what happened?
That's weird.
So that's my only concerns when we turn anime into live action. And, well, actually, to be honest, my other concern is just there's a whimsy to anime.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very different vibe than a movie. There's always just a little bit of this extra magical touch that I can't really describe. It's a good touch, though, not a bad touch.
Oh,
that was a bad touch. You see, Catrina,
right,
she didn't like that.
It's a bad touch.
Wait, what? She doesn't like it. It's fine. And I do worry that gets lost in translation to live-action movies. Originally, wasn't it? Or was it a manga?
I think it might have just been a manga, yeah.
And then, of course, we know the ongoing saga of Akira, where they kept trying to turn it into a movie with Canada. That's not the country, that's the person's name. So glad that keeps getting stalled. Stall it forever, my friend. Stall it forever.
The Assassin's Creed movie has been stalled.
That's right.
I'm very happy about that. Because it was supposed to be set in Spain, and a bunch of white people were rumored to be on the cast. So I also just don't want to see an adaptation of, like, a new assassin. I think, like, And I may be, like, the minority in that sense, because if you put up a new assassin, it's easier to write, you have more creative freedom, you don't have angry fans, like, talking about the inaccuracies or whatever, but, I want to see Ezio on the big screen. His adventure is so expansive, and, like, or even just, like, a Connor and Aveline, like, movie would be really cool.
I would love that, but they would never put a black woman and a Native American man as the main characters of a movie.
Never. Despite there being, like, an abundant, by abundant I mean there are, like, 3 whole, very abundance of, handsome young Native American actors.
I think there's more than 3. I mean, Apocalypto showed us that. Apocalypto, that's one of the reasons that movie stood out to me so much, is, you know, he actually he was like, I want people that look like what the people would actually look like back in the day, and I really appreciated that. And there was only, like, one whitish actor who got to get his little prosthetic nose on. I received a friend request.
Wow.
Sorry, everybody.
Whoops. Wow, this is like the most amount of people we've had in a while.
True Legend, Yellow Hat, cute. She is very cute, yes. Mortal Kombat X, the one on YouTube, quite enjoyed the Mortal Kombat. Sorry, Mortal Kombat X is the game, but Mortal Kombat show that was on YouTube, Mortal Kombat Legacy, I think that was a pretty good adaptation.
That was really good. Street Fighter.
I was about to say Street Fighter. Funny story, Assassin's Fist is what I call my Tekken tag team, because it's Nina, who is an assassin, and then Law, who is a fister. That's not what he is.
Fister.
He has a fire fist punch. So Assassin's Fist is what we call it. He's not a fister. Don't tell Law that I said that. He'll come and whack me. Anyway, that had the problem. Why are people from requesting me? That had the problem of people keep trying to build the backstory of Ken and Ryu and, like, tell that story whenever they do an adaptation. I don't necessarily think it's the strongest story in the Street Fighter universe, and I also think that most people like Street Fighter want to see fighting. So just doing that over and over again in the cartoons, and then that other cartoon, and then in the cartoon movie, and then in that other... It was just like, why are we doing this?
We know their backstory now. Yeah, we got it.
Let's do something else. And also, Ryu has always made this super good character, and he's not necessarily this super good character. Oh, all these friend requests keep making a noise. That's so annoying. Can you guys wait to friend request me until after the podcast is over?
That is so bossy.
I'm going to turn down all your friend requests, by the way, because I only accept people I know, because I don't like dick pics, but... I mean, if you want to try, feel free. Look, God, stop it!
Now they're all going to do it.
Guys, we should never have this on PS4 share ever again.
So, in other news, I found out somebody new is streaming on Twitch.
Oh! Yes.
If any of you are Team Coco like me, Conan O'Brien is now streaming on Twitch on, I believe, Tuesdays. And I was commenting on the, post that my friend Chase made, and I was like, this is it. This is going to be our guest. We're going to get Conan on the show. So, I don't know if his social media people will see this, but I dare Conan O'Brien to sit next to our short asses and talk about video games. I dare you. So
I'm going to be honest. I want him on the show because I'm mad at him. How you gonna just come up in here and start streaming? The rest of us have to try real hard and try to build up our audience.
We have to like make our own banners.
Nobody knows who we
interns do that. So Conan, whatever.
Fuck you, Conan O'Brien.
Fuck you, Conan O'Brien. Be on our show. And if you guys want to see Conan on our show, you should totally go on Twitter and like tweet at Conan O'Brien and tell him, look, these 2 girls, they just called you out. Are you a pussy?
Are you a pussy, Conan O'Brien?
Are you a pussy? Be on our show, Conan. Be on our show. We can wear silly hats together.
I don't want... No. Fuck him. He doesn't get anybody. He gotta bring your own silly hat, Conan O'Brien. You don't get to wear any of my...
I think he would have a silly hat. We should just wear Conan hair.
And if Conan doesn't show up, then this will be our guest next time, and we will talk to him through Conan's voice. Don't make that face at my Zangief kitty. You're a hater.
Zangief!
It's a Hello Kitty with chest hair, by the way.
And a beard, and I love that. That's incredible.
Chest hair, a little bit of leg hair going on. This is called not being ashamed of who you are as a woman. That's what that is. All right, so I think we're on to chick pics. We're moving a little fast, though. Some of us, fuck you, Conan, come on our show. Yes, you're right. Tweet that.
Yes.
Let's see, Glen Coco. There's no follow button on PS4. That's interesting.
How upsetting.
Vega is one of your favorite characters. That's cool. My favorite thing ever with Street Fighter is the fight in the anime movie between Vega and Chun-Li, where she had just like gotten out the shower and so she wasn't like prepared for the fight.
Right.
And that was just fucking amazing. And that's a good example of a strong female character actually being successful at something.
Yeah.
Because she defeated him. She didn't need to be rescued and have someone else defeat him. She needed to be rescued then because she got her ass a little handed to her. But overall, she handled the bad guy she was sent to fight. And that's what I want to see in anime and movies. Sorry, just reading all the comments. Tekken, yes, I love Tekken. Sarah X is great. You like us both. That's stupid. You can only like Catrina.
You can only choose one of us, and it's got to be Sarah.
Gotta be Catrina.
No, Sarah.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Sorry.
Nope. You're not allowed to like me. I'm an asshole. DBZ is, of course, one of my favorite. The Kenshin movies. Oh, my God. Let me talk about Kenshin real quick. So, Rurouni Kenshin, for those of you who don't know, is an anime about this redheaded guy. He used to be this really great killer. And then he had some stuff happen. I don't want to spoil it. And he decided never to kill again. And so he has a special sword that only has an edge on the inside of the blade. So that he basically can't, like, cut you unless and he won't draw his sword unless he's really, really serious about trying to kill you. And he meets this girl, and he gets friends, and of course he defeats people, and they become his friend, because that's how anime works. That's how me and Catrina became friends. One night I just beat her up in an alley, and ever since she's just been my fucking homie. Anyway, that's a lie. I never been... Don't call for help! Shh. No, anyway... So, there was a live-action Kenshin movie made, and the first few minutes I'm watching this, I'm like, oh my god, this was a horrible idea. Because he was so, like, clearly channeling the anime character, like, big eyes like that, and looking innocent, and, like, having these goofy moments, and I was like, oh, this is so poorly acted, blah, blah, blah. Within about 10 to 15 minutes, I was fully invested in that movie. It paid off totally. The action was great. The amount of whimsy they were able to pull in from the anime was great. The humor is great. Kenshin was so damn sexy, I'd lick his eyeballs. Like, everything about that movie was so good, and I was so surprised. Like, who would have ever expected the Rurouni Kenshin live-action movie to be good? It was amazing. Get out of here, Heart.
Oh, yeah, no, I have heard incredible things about that movie. The third one is coming soon, apparently. And the second one had a screening recently here in LA, and I missed it because I would have did nap instead. But yeah, as far as anime adaptations, I did this, like, article on it, too, like, last week, so it's kind of funny that we're talking about this now. And the worst example of one that you can ever give is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, let's not even talk about it.
I watched that on a flight,
It was worse than Power Rangers. And I saw it in a movie theater, and I stood up at the end, and I said, boo. And everyone else in the audience clapped for me, and they were like, yeah, boo! Boo! Horrible. Why would you do that to Dragon Ball Z? They even had one of my favorite actors playing my favorite Dragon Ball Z character.
I don't understand. Like, if I can get blue contacts to cosplay Bulma, Homegirl can wear blue contacts.
There's so much wrong.
There's so much wrong with it.
Why were they suddenly, like, at a house party with, like, jocks and cool kids?
Why was Goku in high school? Do you think Goku can read? Look. Goku cannot read. He cannot attend school.
He can't even drive. Also, he's 5. Why is he in that body? So many things went wrong.
Yeah.
The Omega mode in Ultra Street Fighter 4, I just got to watch that. And I'm not, like, a super strong fighter game person. I'm not in the fighting game community. I'm, like, on the outskirts because I report on it on my website, nerdybutflirty.com. Do you see that shameless... You see how... I just slipped it in there. Sliding into your DMs. Swing. Can we do it at the same time? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Swing. What happened? What did we swing? Okay, anyway. So I'm not good enough to be like, oh my god, this is blah, 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 blah. But I could totally see, because I was watching, I think Spooky was doing it, the implications of the moves and how much of a game changer this is going to be, and how some people are going to be able to really change their style up, or new people are going to be able to come in and totally trash the old guard because they're going to have adapted to this new style. So I think it's very interesting and strange and bold, and I'm fine with it.
I think there was something
DBZ was a wash. Hollywood and DBZ Nimbus.
Oh gosh.
Blaze Hay loves Hitler. Good for you.
I'm really sorry to tell you, but he died a while ago.
Don't ruin this for him. Somebody said Christy is the best female fighter in Tekken. I disagree with you. I think it's Nina, but we can agree to disagree. This is being recorded. Of course, this will always appear on Nerdy But Flirty videos on YouTube. And we're also, like we said, we're recording the audio, so soon we'll have audio podcasts for folks to listen to on iTunes and things like that as well.
Yep, super excited about that. And, you know, if you're listening via audio, feel free to give us a little feedback. Let us know what you think.
I don't want to hear the feedback from this audience.
This is not
audience,
the
right. Audience on the...
About time for chick pics.
It is time for chick pics.
Yeah.
Sorry. One more thing I forgot to mention about our main topics.
Korra, yes.
About Avatar is if you loved Avatar, the comics continue the story.
Yes.
There's 3 of 3 basically. So there's the Search, there's the Promise, the Search, and we're now going through the Rift. They're each a little trilogy of comics basically that explains some mysteries that never got resolved in the show for the Avatar thing that kind of leads up into Legend of Korra. And so you find out things like where Zuko's mom is, how the unified countries got together, and now with the Rift you're finding out a little bit more about Toph and hopefully who the baby daddy is.
Seriously.
P.S. Toph is amazing.
She has 2 baby daddies.
She has 2 baby daddies.
It's who Lynn's baby daddy is.
Yeah, she was basically like, I'm gonna sleep with people, have a baby, and raise it on my own because you're whack. And do you know why I love Toph? Because of that. So please dive into the comics. If you read comics, they're from Dark Horse. I highly recommend them. They're great. They're written by somebody who worked on the show, but you could definitely tell they can always say something was written by somebody in the show, but it really was. You can see that everyone's still got their same personalities and styles, and of course they're still growing. So that's really fun to watch. I'd say the only thing I don't like about the comics is Katara and Aang's continued relationship, because I just hate them as a couple. I don't think they're a good couple.
And it's kind of overbearing in the comic in a way. Maybe just because I don't like them as much, but yeah. Someone asked for our favorite DBZ character, and I will tell you right now, it's Bulma.
Where's my Piccolo?
She loves Piccolo. I love Bulma. Without Bulma, there would be no Dragon Ball.
Did you see the theory?
Goku would just be naked and eating in the mountains.
Did you see the theory on Kotaku that if Goku had never come, Bulma basically would have, like, ruled the world and created all these different things, and then, like, become a super genius?
She would.
Besides her already genius self. It was a very interesting theory. I think it negates the understanding. Well, I think you have to, like, consider a lot of things wouldn't happen. So the only way I think their theory would work would be if the ship carrying Goku got destroyed, so that Planet Vegeta didn't know to send another person there.
Yes.
And then Raditz never came looking for him because he was, he found the debris and saw that his brother died. And if King Piccolo was somehow stopped, which I think Bulma could have come up with a way to stop King Piccolo on her own because she's really smart. Sorry, I got really into detail about a fan theory on the topic. My bad.
Totally fine. So that said, I think we talked about this a little while ago, but if you haven't seen the new DBZ movie, Battle of the Gods, please do. It's great. Both Piccolo and Bulma shine a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, Bulma, you can tell she's so whatever about aliens now. She's like, these freaking gods show up in her backyard, and she's like, would you like a drink? Like,
hey guys, come to our party.
Come on over.
Whatever.
Hang out. Let's play golf. Whatever.
Yeah.
Don't listen to my husband. He's paranoid.
I really enjoyed. There's one really major thing that happens in there. If you like Vegeta and Bulma, you'll really get a kick out of that moment.
It's fantastic.
It was pretty rewarding.
Yes. So I guess go ahead and do your chick pick first.
So my first chick pick is that I'm playing Destiny, and I am doing Let's Plays. They are on my Twitch channel. I will be uploading them to YouTube. I'm sorry I'm a bad person. I haven't done so yet because I don't want to make thumbnails because thumbnails take so long and I have no skill. But watch me play Destiny. I sing a lot. If you don't like singing, do not watch me play Destiny. But it's fun to jump in my chat, and we all have a good time. The folks in here can tell you we like it.
Yay! Fun.
Now it's your turn.
Now's my turn. I would like to recommend Sailor Dash and Dragon Run Z. They're both Android games. They're action-adventure side-scrollers based off of Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. And They're super fun and they're free.
Listen, I'm laughing because I got a text from Catrina while I'm at work. It was like 3 text messages because it was that long. She's like, "Oh my God, Sarah, Sailor Moon game. It's so hard, but you have to use defense and offense. And you get these items." And, like, she literally like broke this Android game down for me. I'm just like, girl,
it's so much fun. And like, I don't really have a lot of time to play on console, so I don't get to do it more than like once a week if I'm lucky. So being able to have like more entertaining games on mobile is a big relief because I'm, the only other thing I do with my phone is like go on Twitter and read Heir to the Empire or whatever the fuck I'm reading at the time. Right now I'm reading Heir to the Empire, so yeah.
Right now I'm reading the sequel to 100,000 Kingdoms, which I highly recommend, 100,000 Kingdoms. I love P.S. The camera is stacked up on some of my books, so I can like see like, oh yeah, I read Dust of Dreams the other day.
Yeah, there you go.
So my second chick pick is P.S. Sorry we have a bunch of new people this time, so I'm gonna explain again. Chick picks is where we tell you things that we recommend you check out. So first was my Let's Play. Second was the Android game for Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. And then my next thing would be to pre-order Gravity Ghost.
Yes. Please
oh my
do.
God, they're spamming my friend requests again. Gravity Ghost is a PC game from a female dev that she asked the question, how come everybody always resolves things with violence in games? And so she tried to create a game where you don't actually have to do that, and there are some voice actresses like Ashley Birch in it.
What?
Yeah, she's
Ashley
pretty adorable.
Birch, my secret senpai.
She told me she really liked all my clothes because I have really cool geeky clothes, and she told me she liked my nails, and I was just like, senpai noticed me. Anyway, I hope she never sees this. That would be awkward.
That would be really embarrassing.
Really awkward. So I recommend pre-ordering that game. Check it out. You can play and get a preview of it and to see whether or not you like it. There's trailers out. Go check it out. It's got really cool art style. It's kind of a physics game.
So my second chick pick is my website, since Sarah self-plugged her as well. It's OhCatrina.com. I just put up a new layout, a review and how-to for Sailor Dash, and a playlist for my next chick pick, which I will talk about in a second. You have to wait.
My third chick pick is Geek Girl Con.
Yay!
Most of you are men, though, so I actually don't even know if I want to tell you about Geek Girl Con. Because, I mean, the comments in here about boobs and bellies and couples and stuff make me really not want to tell you about Geek Girl Con. So I'll tell Twitter about Geek Girl Con, and I'll toss it over to Catrina.
So my third recommendation is The Quest, which is this cute little 10-episode Hulu series. It was on ABC originally, and it's a reality competition series with a storyline, and it's pretty much the only reality show that I've been able to watch the whole way through, despite being, it's really cheesy. But
how
also
cheesy is it?
Pretty freaking cheesy, Sarah.
That cheesy?
Pretty cheesy enough that I'm probably gonna have to edit the audio. Whoops.
Oh yeah, we got a little loud.
I'm sorry. We actually made self notes to not get so loud.
We get loud. We're sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Get loud.
Yeah. So The Quest is really fun. It's kind of like a LARP, but reality TV, and it's really cool. Everybody's placed in this like high fantasy medieval world, and they have to beat the evil Verlox, who is the darkness, and save the queen.
Whoever the paladin is on that show, I got told I reminded them of.
I think maybe Letitia.
Yes, that sounds right.
Letitia?
Yes.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's really cool.
I keep meaning to watch it, but guys, I got so much anime to watch. I got so many video games
I think
to play.
You will like Who Wins. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No spoilers, but I think Sarah will like Who Wins. I don't know about y'all.
I'm gonna check it out.
You may not like Who Wins. So.
Other things that we're reading, by the way, is I've been reading The Wicked and the Divine by Kieran Gillen
and Jamie McKelvey.
I'm really enjoying it. If you liked Young Avengers by him, pick it up. It's great. Quite enjoy it. We're on 4, and I'm all about Baal.
Yay! I love this title. It's really good. And also pick up the Future's End saga. I believe there's Batman. There's a Nightwing out, there's Batgirl, and just follow it, because it's a really cool new storyline. And if you like DC, you might like this.
I'm also reading, I missed a lot of Injustice, the series, but if you played the game Injustice and you heard there was a comic, You probably ignored the comic because most comic tie-ins to video games suck. However, if you did that, you were full of fail because Injustice is one of the best storylines in DC right now, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I fell off for a little bit, so I have to catch back up because Tumblr showed me some pictures of Harley and Black Canary that I was like, oh, snap. I need to get back on that horse. Mm-hmm. So that's the next thing that I'm reading. And, of course, I'm reading Miss Marvel. Mm-hmm. You reading any other comics right now?
Right now, just following along with Saga, the usuals, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel just teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I keep meaning to read Captain
I'm
Marvel.
also reading the Peter Quill saga, where he's dating Kitty Pryde, and it's oddly adorable. Like, really oddly adorable.
He's oddly adorable, and she's oddly just adorable.
Yeah, so it's really cute. And he has this, like, badass sister, and she's, like, black.
Oh, yeah. No. Capwan was like, Sarah, look. And he, like, showed me his phone, and I was like...
she's like a pirate or something.
Yeah, she looks like a badass. Her suit. I saw the little shoulder thingies. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, that is technically we have 3 minutes left. We can keep talking.
Do we? Whoa, we are ahead of time.
We are. Yeah, admins, keep slamming the band hammer down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you to our admins who we didn't even ask to be here. So thank you very much.
That is true.
We didn't.
Systems, how do you just always know? I'm just kidding. I know how Systems knows because we're friends. Here's a heart for you. Somebody make that emoticon heart appear and we'll slap it.
Yeah, we'll do.
So normally we'd wrap up our podcast right now, but and so maybe we'll cut it here for YouTube and for the audio. But we can keep talking for 3 more minutes on Twitch since I do see so many damn people, though a lot of them are being little assholes.
Who retweeted us?
I know, I gotta.
Was it when we were shit talking Conan?
So I saw some people like California. I saw some people talking Canada. There's somebody from Japan in here. So shout out.
Speaking of Canada, I have a recommendation for anybody who likes things that are extremely disgusting and disturbing. Kevin Smith just came out with a movie called Tusk, or Tusk, as my English coworkers call it. Tusk. And it's Dustin Long and Genesis Rodriguez and the guy from Kingdom Hearts.
Do you know why I know about the Tusk movie? Because I used to run the social media account for Theodore Tusk, who is a YouTuber, who is a puppet, who is a walrus. Don't tell him I called him a puppet. He doesn't like that. So I always, when I see anything that looks like it remotely relates to a walrus, I get excited and I share it with him. And I was like, Tusk, this is a movie. And then I was like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, it's really disturbing. So basically it's about these 2 podcasters, and they like watch this video of this kid with like a samurai sword, and he does something weird. So one of them goes out to Canada, and Harley Morenstein is in this movie, by the way. Harley from Epic Mealtime. He plays a travel agent who tells him the do's and don'ts of Canada, a.k.a. the Canada do's and Canada-don'ts.
Does he still have a beard while he's an agent?
Huge beard.
What kind of real agent would have a beard?
Huge beard. So, so he explains the Canada-do's and Canada-don'ts as Justin Long comes to Canada. And then Justin Long gets abducted by this crazy ex-adventurer. And the guy, like, basically takes him home. And what happens is this crazy adventurer had, like, not like a sexual experience, but like an enlightening experience involving a walrus or something.
Wait.
And he wants that to be clarified. Like, I didn't know. This guy is like strangely obsessed with walruses. So he goes and he like kidnaps Justin Long and he puts him under like anesthesia and he starts sewing Justin Long's arms to his torso and he tries to turn
the movie.
No. This is like the concept of the movie. Is he basically tries to turn Justin Long into a walrus, and yes, and it's up to Genesis Rodriguez, who is his girlfriend, and the guy from The Sixth Sense. What is his fucking name?
Bruce Willis?
No, the kid. Sora.
White child. I don't know.
I don't know.
A little white boy.
But, I don't know. But that guy, the Kingdom Hearts kid. So it's up to them to find him. And along the way, they meet great adventurer somebody or another who is played by Johnny Depp. So, yeah. So it's an interesting movie. But the second movie is coming out now, or they're recording it now, and it's like, he's trying to make like a Cornetto trilogy style thing. And so now it's a superhero movie starring 2 girls, his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter, and they're like Canadian superheroes.
Okay. Bruce Willis and
Haley Joel Osment.
On that note, it is now 9 o'clock, meaning our podcast has finally come to a close. Thank you all for sticking with us. For anyone asking, we are not lovers, but one day I will seduce this bitch and she'll be mine. I'm just kidding. We both love dick. Oh wait, Catrina's dad is in here. Catrina is asexual and doesn't do anything, but I like dick.
Oh, P.S. my dad's in here.
Yeah.
My dad is.
So all y'all people talking shit, you gonna have Mario plumbing up your toilets in a little bit, and you don't get that joke because you ain't been watching us long enough.
He would too.
He would. Alright guys, we'll holla at you later. I'll be playing Destiny probably again tomorrow.
So I've been OhCatrina.
And I'm Sarah the Rebel.
And you should follow us on Twitter as OhCatrina and Sarah the Rebel.
Don't follow me, none of y'all.
Yeah.
I don't want any of you bitches following me.
So, yeah, thank you for watching. Fuck you very much. Bye.